Welcome to Learn Law Better, where today we are going to learn how to remember rule statements better by using a Lettner box. If you've worked hard to prepare for class, you probably get frustrated when you forget that information by the time the final exam rolls around. Today I will help you solve that problem. Hi there, this is Bo Baez, and today I'm going to help you learn rules of law better. What needs to happen is we need to move our memory from short-term memory to long-term memory. We forget much of what we've learned within 48 hours of first learning it. Without first reinforcing that memory will begin to disappear. A Lettner box is a flashcard method that will help you study more efficiently. Step number one is creating your flashcards. This is where you have your rule statements, definitions, whatever you need to learn. Step number two, you need to create 4 boxes. Yes, 4 boxes. Box number 1 is where everything starts. You go through box number 1 first, all the cards. Once you have mastered a card, and what I mean by mastered, I mean you know it so well that you have it down by memory. It is down perfect. Then it moves from box 1 into box number 2. Box number 1 you go through every 2 days until you have mastered it, until it goes into box 2. Every 4 days you go through box number 2. Once you have mastered the cards in box number 2, then those cards go into box number 3. Now, if there is a card that you did not do well on in box number 2, guess what? It goes back to box number 1. So box number 1 every 2 days, box number 2 every 4 days, box number 3 once a week. And you get the idea, right? So you have to reinforce that memory. So the things you don't know well, every 2 days. Box number 2 every 4 days, box number 3 once a week, until finally you know rules so well they make it into box number 4. That you review every 2 weeks to keep it in your memory. Again, if you don't do that, you will forget. So you want to use the box 4 method. And again, they remain in box number 4. You keep reviewing them every 2 weeks. And again, if something slips, back into box 3 until you finally learn the material. One warning concerning open book versus closed book exams. I went to a law school where almost every exam was an open book exam. And here was my mistake. I thought I knew the material. I didn't know the material well enough. I thought I could rely on my outline, I would have my notes, I'd have the book. That's a mistake. You need to go through this method whether it's an open book or closed book exam. In other words, you still have to memorize the rule statements. That's the only way you get deep learning. So if there's any way I can help you, please come over to learnlawbetter.com, where you can sign up for our newsletter. We have practice exams with individualized feedback, private tutoring, all sorts of various resources. So please check us out.